All right, it's early Friday morning in Lake City. I'm gonna do a quick couple-hour loop out here for the Olustee Overland loop, just the north end. It's gonna be a ride we do December, about 130 miles from Gainesville up through Lake City and back, about 70% unpaved. Really excited about it, so I'm gonna just check out. I've been through here, but just checking things out, see how they look. It's really wet right now, a lot of rain, so it might be a little muddy, but also running my setup for across Florida, just tuning things in. This is basically what I did last year. Got this Garmin light that mounts underneath the Garmin itself. I have to have a Garmin charge extra battery that will mount underneath here. I'll probably run the light to the side and have the extra battery here for a power source. Of course, rear light and my Garmin Varia radar. Probably won't run the radar for across Florida because I'll be putting a bag there. And being that it's mostly off-road, I won't need it. I don't really need it today. Most of this off-road too, but I just like having it. So I'll talk more about that stuff later, but right now I'm going to get it set. These Ride Far aero bars, mini aero bars, are great for longer efforts. I bought them a couple of years ago. I didn't think I'd like them, but they're actually really nice to have for an extra hand position and give you a little bit of aerodynamic advantage. They've worked out better than expected. So that's just a little bit on my setup. Got a Revelate top tube bag here. Of course, my Garmin 71030. I don't have anything updated there yet, but it still works great. The newest addition to my bike is this shock stem. Saw this when I was at Unbound this year, and it looked really interesting. It's got a lockout, but I've had neck issues, so this thing actually has a nice give as I'm going over the bumps. And the shock stem is the E-Silk from Cane Creek. It's one of their newer versions of that. There's a couple other companies that do it, like Redshift, but I like this one because it matches my bike. And just got some new wheels too, some Industry 9 wheels, because my old ones were failing because they've been through about, I don't know, 7-8 years of use. So I'm gonna get started. Headed towards the Osceola forest. This is the entrance right up against the lake. It's really pretty. This dead ends into the lake, and then we enter the section through the Osceola forest, which means we'll be off-road for pretty much the next few hours. It's a really great loop. Great way to start the day. And here's our left turn, heading towards the gun range. Really nice packed dirt roads. Mile into Osceola forest. I guess people get up early to shoot guns. Getting into the forest. This is typical state forest roads. Nice hard pack. There's some potholes. They get beat up a little bit from the rain and some vehicles. So you get some potholes, but they're typically in pretty good shape. You can just sort of maneuver around. It's good. So this will be part of the very north end of the Olustee Overland loop. That'll be December, I believe, is when we're doing it. This is some of the more primitive road, but good shape. So I've arrived in Olustee. Heading into town. There's a little park there, marks the battlefield, and a store stop. About 80 miles in toward the big loop. This is the historic landmark park area. Looks like an old train station. I'm not sure when it's open, but obviously not today or not now. But this is where we start heading back south towards Gainesville. And this is the Olustee Market. Great little spot, super friendly people. Been here quite a few times. And this is the very south end of the forest. We're heading now onto just some dirt roads. Heading south from Olustee. These are just some fire roads that are really good shape, rolling nice. We're going by various hunting leases and some logging areas. It's a nice public access road that goes right through the middle of the wilderness. And a great way to get north-south on the dirt roads. So these roads are a little softer. Right now they're rolling pretty good. These are the roads where you'll want the bigger tires, 40, 45s. I'm on a 45 and moving fine. We're just coming off the dirt road here in Lulu, coming into town. This is a pretty cool little town. Population probably 20, maybe more. An old homestead here. And this is where the 100-mile loop joins in, for anybody who doesn't want to do the north side. And it heads towards Lake Butler from here. Take a left back onto the dirt. It's a brief moment on the pavement. Head back into the forest. It's a really cool old bridge. We're heading north on Pounds Hammock towards Lake City and the Olustee Forest, or Osceola Forest. It's a nice quiet dirt road for the next 5 miles to get us up to Gateway College, which takes us to the forest. The only thing that really messes it up are the logging trucks. They're so big and heavy, they just trench up the roads. It looks like they haven't been through here lately. And exiting the dirt, moving on to pavement, heading up into Lake City. Alright, heading up towards Gateway College, paved here for a little bit, heading back to the car. Windy today, but this concludes the upper loop of the Olustee Overland. Get a good feel for, really, I feel like the best part of the loop. It's really interesting and out in the woods. Not many cars, which is great. The whole loop's about 70% unpaved. There is also part of the Lake Butler paved trail. So most of it's very much off the road.